This is Bike Trails Podcast with Christina and Alan. We hope you enjoy listening. So, Christina, what's worse? 60 kilometers into a dead headwind all day long, or 100 kilometers up and down hills with no wind?
Dead headwind.
I think so too. That was terrible today.
That was so terrible. I was thinking, oh, today is going to be a great day, you know. It's not so hot, it's flat, it's the Donauradweg, we don't have to climb anything.
I had the same thing.
And
I was
then
leaving.
I thought it would be a restorative ride. And then we had this deadly headwind from start to end 100% of the time.
We turned a corner and we stopped in a bit of shade for like 2 minutes, and that was no wind because we were like in this little protected place. The instant we moved our bicycle back onto the track, wind. That was, I don't know. I don't want to complain. I'm on holiday and it's a lovely time being out on the bike. But I tell you, just from an expectation standpoint, I woke up in Passau after touring the town and having a great long ride the day before and just, really enjoying myself completely, thinking, we did the Donauradweg once already from the other direction. We did the whole thing, to Vienna, and we know this route. It's super easy. It's nice going. And so we're going to have a nice fun day. We had some fruit with us and some croissants or something. And I thought we'd have like this really easygoing, like chatting day. And it turned out to be a head down, pounding into the wind.
Not just it was literally head down.
Yeah.
I was sometimes hanging on the lowest part of my handlebar because I thought, oh no, I cannot put my face in the wind again. I need a break, but break was not given.
Yeah, and it was very interesting because I was trying to wind shadow you for much of the day, and that was really fun. Being you don't provide much wind shadow anyways, so it was okay for me.
But actually, I couldn't take it most of the time because since the wind and we were going along gravel dirt road, I would eat and inhale all of the dust that comes from your back tire.
Yeah.
So sometimes I did it, but then I thought, I don't want to get a fine dust lung, so I'd rather go in the wind, but it was no fun. So I must say, not so much fun.
It was one of those days. It feels like a bus connection between places. It's like you're on this holiday, and it's like, well, we're going to take the connection today from here to here to continue the holiday. That's what it felt like. It felt like just a bus day. Just, it had to be done, and it wasn't at all enjoyable. That a few days ago, the 118 kilometer ride in the dead heat with no wind, that was itself hard enough. With lots of climbing. And like we said, that was actually not as bad as we thought it was going to be. This actually was more unpleasant. Just totally unpleasant from start to finish. But there were some nice times we had on this day, despite its unpleasantness. We had the greatest handmade sandwich you could get from an Edeka. We went to a supermarket to see if we can buy some packaged sandwiches because we just were in no mood to go to a restaurant or anything like this. So we just wanted to grab something, and they had nothing. And you asked the person at the deli counter, like, where are the sandwiches? And she goes,
what do you want? I can give you everything you want. I said, okay then. And she was really trying to make us a nice sandwich because she said, now, here you are, so that you have power for the next ride again. And I said, yes, thank you so much.
But there's something very cool about being the only customers in the store. And like we're standing in front of the deli case, and she goes, okay, what sandwich would you like? And suddenly we could just point at something and say that and that, and she would slice it off and put it on the sandwich. I'm not sure that happens so often with a crowded store, with people waiting to do things on a Saturday or something, but this place was in the middle of nowhere. I don't even know how they stay open because it was a Saturday afternoon, and typically that's pretty crowded.
I think a lot of people were just not in the shopping mood because it was also a quite nice holiday summer day, and they were probably at a lake somewhere, and it was at 1:30. So I don't think that 1:30 is a high time for shopping in that area.
It's at the crisis time before Sunday starts. That comes around 6:30.
Yes, I think so too. So after we had our sandwiches sitting on a stone at the parking lot, that was quite romantic, by the way.
That was absolutely super nice.
Because at that moment, I didn't feel the wind. It was so beautiful to not feel the wind. But once we got on the bike again, wind was there again. And then a part of the Donauradweg was closed because of some
strange
private wedding party or something.
None of that seemed real, actually.
It was weird because
it was a whole city block closed off.
The whole part, I don't know how much it was, maybe 500 meters, was blocked and closed down. And the woman, I wanted to, push my bike by, and she was super unfriendly. She said, "Can't you see? It's blocked." I said, "Yeah, I can see, but this is the Donauradweg. It's blocked." So we had to ride around and eventually found our way back on again. But then later on, maybe 15 kilometers or 10 kilometers, there was another block. And I don't even know why it didn't say bike lane construction, reconstruction or something.
I think what it was is when we saw the first sign that says you can't go here, that there actually was no problem to go there. It was further on that they were indicating that you aren't going to be able to go through. But, all we did was just go around some neighborhood houses and then meet up with the same trail, I don't know, a few hundred meters later. And then further on, there was this detour that we had to do this terrible gravel. It was like a truck road with thick, like baby head gravel, like not pleasant at all. But we went around this and then we came back to the same track. I think that they were doing like flood management, like they were rebuilding the levees or rebuilding these walls next to the river. I think that was what was going on. And if you remember a couple of years ago when we came down this way, we actually had the same detour. They were still working a couple of years ago. We arrived and we were talking to the guy. We arrived at like a construction site and the guy said, no, you got to go left. He like explained to us what the story was, and so we had to, because we wanted to just pound around and go on the trail. No. So that was good. Yesterday, it was just terrible with the wind. Coming into Deggendorf, we didn't see very much of Deggendorf. We were pretty, I think we were tireder than our long ride.
Yes, I definitely was.
My ears were like, I don't know, you get like the wind in your ears kind of thing. Like it was just enough already.
We couldn't even chat with each other because it was so loud. So the wind would just carry away your words. And I had no idea what you were saying to me. Oh, and it will be interesting if we check my, when checking my bike soon, since I rode over a full bottle of glass yesterday. Mm-hmm. So
I really do believe, so we were just coming up on this turn and we had, just a normal way on the path, and in front of us, coming at us, was like the largest tractor on earth. It was just super enormous, and the guy was driving it like he was driving a sports car, because he's just a, Bavarian farmer, and that's what they do, And I think that tractor pulverized this glass on the road to the extent that it just made it into dust. And if it hadn't, I think you would have had a problem.
Yeah, but I could feel that something really sharp was happening.
Well, maybe when we go downstairs today to get going, you can learn how to change a tire. Wouldn't that be exciting?
Well, I'm not sure that we have time for learning experiences today, since we have like an 80 kilometers road.
88
even, it's even worse. I mean,
90 kilometers.
Even worse.
Yeah.
If we have the same headwind than yesterday.
There's no plan for that today on the weather report.
But if, then I'm going to die today. Then
maybe if that's the case, maybe we we find a train. I don't know.
I cannot do 90 kilometers with this headwind today.
Yeah.
That's just no fun.
Yeah.
I couldn't even see if the landscape was nice yesterday because just turning my head was so inconvenient that I hardly turned my head.
Sure.
I either held it down or I tried to find my way, but I didn't see much. So yesterday feels like a lost day regarding
kind of does
taking nature in, because there was not much taking nature in.
Yeah, we're in this Niederbayern area. Now we're going up north again, and the things will change.
Yeah.
So I was remarking that just a few days ago, we were completely surrounded by dramatic mountains and fast-moving rivers and, you know, all of this landscape, and you have cows and sheep, and they're standing on the edge of these, you know, cliff areas and so forth that we see, you know, castles dotting the far off landscape in the mountains. And now we're in like practically dead flat farmland along a very slow moving river.
Yeah, but
we see some hills.
We saw some hills, yes. But the farmland here, there are not cows out on the meadow.
No.
They are now kept in stables.
In the stables,
and I have not seen a cow out having fun like in the Salzburg area.
No, or on the mountain
alm. This is very sad because you don't need a mountain to let cows out. But I guess these are just the big farmers that have to do it to get any profit out of it.
Sure.
So they don't do that or don't have the land to do it, which is very sad because I like all of those cows having fun outside, playing with each other.
They were having a lot of fun, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, so now we're heading towards Regensburg today, and we will report on that later. But I think we have some hills that we're going to find again. We have a nice ride in a couple days, another 800 meters or something.
Yeah, but not today.
No, not today. Today is, we're hoping our scratch ticket, when we scratch it all off, says no wind.
Yes, because I need a restorative ride, because just walking up the stairway to our hotel room here made me thinking, oh my God, poor legs. They need some rest. They need some regenerative ride today.
You won't get that at this hotel because the hotel is like a labyrinth of stairways and hallways.
Different houses.
3 houses that are connected. And if there's a fire, we just say our piece and be done with it. I think
jumping out of the window would be a good idea.
Yeah, I would never find my way out of here. It's like forget it. It's just, whoever built this was clearly on drugs.
No, it was built 1200 something, and then they extended it, and this is why it is how it is today.
I think that is the way. All right, my dear, we're off to hopefully find no wind.
Yes. No wind. This should be the motto for today.
No wind.
See you tomorrow.
See you. Bye.